Alive. Somebody's calling me on FaceTime. Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to tonight's broadcast on Back Sports. I'm so happy to be back. This is TDR Grudge match number 1. Awesome little concept we've come up with, and tonight is the very first one. It is Adam Ricky versus Otto Kraus in our very first Grudge match. I'm Andy Shaner, alongside my sidekick, Tommy Upside Down Ebert. Tommy, Andy, what's up?
I love how you said welcome back, because I feel like this is a big welcome back for Back Sports, you and I together up here in the booth. It's been a long time, and I'm so glad to sit down and watch this action. And not only is it Adam Ricky versus Otto Kraus, we have the battle of the McCann brothers, and at the end of this event, we're going to figure out which McCann.
I know it. It is awesome, and we'll get into that in here in just a little bit, as we've got plenty of time to talk about that while we're in practice. Got a lot to get to right now, but let's talk about what this Grudge match is and kind of how this came about. So the idea came into existence. Maybe you had a little incident with somebody on the track. Maybe somebody owes you $5. Maybe somebody's running your number, right? So we've come up with this Grudge match, not to make it, where it's, really out to get somebody, but to make a fun event where, you get a chance to get at the guy that may have messed up one of your races. So what do you think of that concept?
I love it, and you know as well as I do, this is the first of many in this Grudge match series, right? So Adam Ricky from Team TDR and the Pujanowski versus TDR events, Otto Cruz, obviously from the Pujanowski side, they've gotten to each other many times. They're going to come sort it out on the track. As you alluded to, sometimes someone owes you money. Sometimes someone just made you mad while you were out there racing, and sometimes someone's racing your number. I do believe 3 or 4 races in, we're going to have a race for a car number.
Yeah, that's something exciting that's going to come about. And, I'm really, really excited about all the different Grudge matches that we have kind of lined up. If anybody out there in YouTube land, let us know if audio and everything is sounding good, so we can make sure while we're out under this practice time, things going good. We've run into this, Tommy, right? We're like we've run into this before, and it's like, man, I'm setting this thing up, and I'm like, man, what I do?
Yeah, we're a little rusty, but we have enough experience to know that we can rely on the viewers to give us a little feedback before the event goes live, make sure everything's sounding top notch. It looks like Clug Power Gaming is already in the YouTube channel saying, "Go get them, boys!"
Awesome. This is I'm so excited for this. I really am, because you got Adam and Otto, right? These are top-notch guys. Both have been running in the TDR versus Nowski Nation series. We had one incident that kind of kicked this whole thing off, right? And it was a last lap little kind of nudge, I guess, a little dooring action by Otto trying to gain a position on Adam on the last lap. And either got into him too hard, or Adam stayed in the gas for sure. Didn't want to lose the position. Adam gets in the wall, ends up spinning, takes out half the field when this happens. Yep. And the kicker is, the half the field he took out was really just TDR drivers.
Yep, I was broadcasting that race with Doug from How to Suck at iRacing, and I remember it very clearly. There was a lot of confusion in the broadcast booth that evening.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I think it would be fitting, Tommy, if we let our viewers in on kind of exactly what what took place. So let's have a quick look at that. Or not.
Oh, I thought you were pulling a video of it.
I was. It's not. It doesn't want to, but you know, here again, we're a little rusty, right? Just a little bit.
New fastest lap for Powell, 14.4.
Let's try again. Nope. All I did was just make it so that nobody could see anything. So that's great. There we go. We're back. Wow. I'm not sure why that's not working. Let's. If Tommy would fill some air for me, we'll get that up
there. Should I sing a song? How about if I recount the events through words? So I don't recall who was leading at the time, but Adam Rickey and Otto Cruz were going for the lead. Last lap, the TDR versus Pujanowski events are team events. The top 15 cars from each team are scored. Basically, the more teams or the more cars on your team that score points, the more points you get. Well, the incident occurred. I don't recall whose fault it was, but obviously there's a little bit of grudge being held there. And it wiped out about half of the TDR team, giving Team Pujanowski a pretty astounding lead early on in that series. And this grudge match came about as the result of that incident that occurred on track that night. Was that enough time for you to...
Yeah, and let's let everybody... we'll shut up.
Here it is.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 82 Fahrenheit.
Doug Burns and YouTube to turn on the screen.
I've sent it in on the inside on the last lap, got into his door a little bit, you know, expected him not to wreck him.
What makes you think I'd be upset?
Just tried to rattle his cage, as Earnhardt would say, you know what I mean?
We made some contact, and all hell broke loose.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't intentional by any means, but if it shakes out that way, I mean, it's better for the team, I guess.
Yeah, I think only like 3 or 4 cars made it unscathed.
I wouldn't have stuck it in and drove into his door to try to move him up.
And just went to hell.
So there it is, Tommy, right? Everybody saw it. Everybody watched it, saw it. And, you know, a little bit door action by Otto. Got the inside. Make sure he got the position. Doored him up. And, as Adam said in the clips there at the end, in the interview clips, all hell broke loose.
I completely forgot about the audio we had recorded from that broadcast at the end of that. Yeah, it was great watching the incident again. A little reminder of what this grudge match is all about. But that audio at the end was perfect, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean you got Otto going, and I would say the editor did not by any means, wink wink, edit that for dramatic effect at all. But you had Otto saying, "Oh, I just try to rattle his cage a little bit," and Earnhardt-esque, and Adam just saying, "Well, yeah, all hell broke loose." And, why would I be mad?
You and I both know we've encountered Adam and Otto off track and on track. Both of these guys very talented, and I think their attitudes show that they recognize how much talent each one has.
Yeah, and so we've got a small problem on the track right now, and I do believe this is going to make it a little difficult for us. Kevin McCann is the fastest car on the track.
I see that.
I do believe his brother is right behind him as we're looking at this right now. And they're both running Dale Earnhardt 3s.
Oh, my goodness. Well, these two guys, and, we've run custom paint schemes in these TDR versus Pudge races that we've had that spawned this event. They're notorious for not running the team paint schemes. I wonder if they did this as a little middle finger raised towards us up here in the booth.
Yeah, because, somebody, not mentioning any upside-down names, but was egging them on about the McCann thing. So this could possibly be a shot at the upside-down wizard.
That could be, too, and I can't remember which is which, but one of the McCanns is actually known for spinning out the other one.
I didn't say it. We're just going to say...
I didn't say it either. I
did
heard
hear
it.
Through
the grapevine.
It came from Team Adam teammate Marty Brown. Says...
Well, you said it. I didn't.
Said Brian spins Kevin. And it did happen last Sunday. It did.
That was the race that broke Kevin's streak, wasn't it?
Yes, Kevin had 12 wins in a row in the Gas and Go series, and was ruined by a spin by his brother.
Well, it is what it is, and hey, we're here at the Grudge match. Let's find out which McCann.
That's right. So let's talk about the teams real quick. Okay, I do have a list. It's gonna get very confusing out here because these guys aren't running team paint schemes. Okay, this is not a TDR versus Nowski Nation event. So we've got some crossover from TDR and Nowski Nation to both teams. So it's going to get a little confusing as who's who. And they are flying all over the place, by the way.
Yeah, I'm watching that now. And as you mentioned, the teams, even after we had the whole draft event with the video and, the drivers being selected, there's been some trading amongst these teams as well as some substitutes.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have a complete list, but a lot of different names than we expected.
Yeah, we had the draft, and then we've had quite a few names had to drop out. Mostly had Otto signed, surprisingly. But we got Team Adam Ricky is formed of Lucas Gortman, Kevin McCann, Eric Steele, Jim Downham. Jim Downham is a fill-in for Keith Fonseca.
Yeah, Keith Fonseca wasn't feeling well.
Yes. Kevin Bernheimer, that's our first crossover. That was our first crossover in the draft as well. Bernheimer being a Nowski Nation. Eric Sellers, Matthew Wheeler, Aaron Johnson, Timmy Perkins, Kevin Gironi, Jonathan Humphrey, Robert Pete Trask, and Richard Browning are your Adam Ricky team.
I am not going to remember that.
Yeah, no, I'm not either. That's why I have the list. Team Otto is Pujanowski, Matthew Hughes, Scott Snodgrass, Dean Webb, Patrick Gitter, Blair Patterson is filling in for Jeremy Edwards, Dakota Bro filling in for Anthony Karen, DJ Powell, John Lucido, Marty Brown filling in for Matt Moniak, Steve Hutchinson, Anthony Hooker, Benjamin Richards, and Brian McCann filling in for Anthony.
Yeah, and just a quick update on Pudzianowski for those of you that don't know. He had some issues with Facebook. He is back on Facebook, and hopefully he'll be streaming on that platform again shortly.
Yeah, it's he's back on Facebook. He's got his personal Facebook back. I don't know if it's a new account, but I don't know if we'll bring Pudzianowski back. He is on Twitch, guys. We'll throw up a link for you. Check him out for sure. Make sure you hit Pudge. Fantastic streamer. Very positive. And just exciting, right? I don't know how else to describe it.
And then those sunglasses. Those sunglasses are what make the whole stream. I've only ever seen him take it off once, and it's when you made him eat a hot pepper.
Well, yeah, that was fantastic. Those of you who haven't seen that, check out our highlight video here on Back Sports, Punching the Pepper. That's fantastic. And he's got some eccentric clothing he likes to wear too. And once in a while, for you, he's too young. Pudge is too young to know this, and it shocked me that he didn't. But he had some clothing on, kind of looked like Hoff, David Hasselhoff from when he was in Knight Rider. And I made a Knight Rider reference. And he does not know what Knight Rider is.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to get him. I said, man, it's on Prime. You got to watch it because, next thing you know, he'll be talking to his car.
Well, as we're getting down to the last few minutes of practice here, the amount of carnage we're seeing in practice, are these guys testing this bump and run thing?
I think so. So we ought to probably go over the rules with everybody here and let them know kind of what's going on because they're just seeing practice saying, well, this is just going to be a crapshoot, right? So this is a 100-lap, a bump and run pass only. That was the rule set between Otto and Adam. So these guys are supposed to make contact before they pass. And here's the key. We're going 100 laps. They only have 3 quick repairs.
Yeah, and I spoke with Adam earlier, so they're not going to enforce the bump and run rule. But basically, contact is it's appreciated. We want them out there digging. And the reason they selected modifieds was that it's an open wheel car. So bumper to bumper contact will move a car out of the way and keep both cars clean. If you door somebody, you're banging up that right front or left front, messing up the toe on the vehicle. You got to go in and get a quick repair. So it's got to make them be a little more smart about where they make their move when it comes to that bump and run.
Right, and it's going to be interesting for sure because I don't know what kind of, and they're not running the SK mods either. They got full power. These are the wheeling mods, and it's going to be interesting. You're going to have to make that contact, true Bristol style passes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as someone who's run both the regular SKs and the wheeling mods, so with the SKs, the only way to really pass is with dive bombing the corner, right? The wheelings have a little more power, so now we have the option to touch a bumper on exit as well.
Yeah, it's gonna. All I know is I'm glad I'm up in the booth watching this thing and not down there
Absolutely.
On the track.
I want no part of being on the track. This is an event to be watched, not to be participated in.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you think about this, Tommy. With so much contact involved, you have no chance, absolutely no chance, to keep the wheels down.
No, I'd be upside down in a heartbeat, as we see someone else do it over there in the back corner.
Yeah. Well, I just wonder how many mods we're going to see in the grandstands tonight too.
Yeah, I don't know. And as I'm watching them right now, it looks like Adam Ricky and Otto Cruz, the two gentlemen that spawned this first event, they're running 5th and 7th respectively. So they're not the fastest, but they are close together.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked too much at the. I'm also trying to figure out. I think we have too many drivers in here for for some reason too. I think. Or no, there's exactly. I believe we have exactly the number. They both drafted 13 drivers, which would make 26, and each of them would make 28. So we are good on the number of drivers, which is fantastic. Everybody finally, with all the changing in the lineups, drivers that couldn't make it for whatever reason, family issues, personal reasons, whatever. Everybody was able to get lineups filled, and we have a full race tonight. So it will come down to everybody scoring points and not have to eliminate a point driver like we saw in the last TDR versus Pudge. Last place driver was not scored, which was fantastic. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's a testament to the drivers on both teams as well, is that how badly everyone wanted to participate in this event, how many people wanted to support Adam, wanted to support, Otto. Someone had to leave. There was someone there to fill that spot, and we have a fully fielded event here to watch tonight.
Yeah, and I was talking to a lot of the guys, like especially TDR guys that are over on Otto's team, and stressed. This is not TDR versus Nowski Nation, right?
No,
and they are 100% on board for running for Team Otto, which is just awesome, right?
Yeah.
We're bringing the two groups together, and now we're running together on different teams for somebody rather than your normal team. So you got TDR guys are going to have to put the bumper to TDR guys.
I mean, it's what you got to do. I was just thinking to myself while you were talking. I'm looking at the driver radios, so I have everyone in the Pudge comm and TDR comm, and it's so weird seeing names like Marty Brown and Blair Patterson in that Pudgeanowski communication channel, right? But that's the team they were drafted for. I think the draft is a great model for the blending of these two communities, and I think this is going to be a really fun event for everyone in it.
So let's talk about the draft. We've got some time, right? We've still got 3 minutes in practice, and we've got 5 minutes of qualifying. So let's talk about the draft real quick. It was awesome, right? It was broadcast here on Back Sports. We had a lot of fun with it. But you had this pool of drivers, okay? We picked cards prior to the draft to see who got the first pick. That was the greatest part, and I'm so sorry that everybody missed it. We did it before broadcast.
The greatest part of the draft for me personally was Kevin crying over at Tyler Daniels Racing.
I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that. But
well, I beat you to it like I often beat you on the track.
But the best part was, okay, Otto was already, because this is run through TDR, he was already a little skeptical. He was Jim downed him, and he is in the stands. He went to get a hot dog.
He gets hungry out there at practice.
Yeah. So Otto's just a little skeptical. He's like, are these guys going to run for me? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, I'm telling him to. This is not TDR versus Nowski Nation. So he says, Adam can have the first card. So I go ahead and pick the first card. It's a Jack. And I can hear Otto just go, ugh.
Ooh.
He thinks it's rigged. I swear he thinks it's rigged, right? So he's like, oh, of course, Adam's going to get the first pick. He's going to get Kevin McCann. So we shuffle up the cards. Next card, a pull. It's an ace. Otto wins. Okay, Otto's got first pick. I'm thinking in my head, how's this going to go down? Is Otto going to start picking TDR drivers? Look, where's the mix-up going to start, right? Otto picks Pudge first.
Yep.
I'm like...
Loyalty.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, Adam, it's, your pick, and I'm thinking, right off the head, it's Kevin, right? It's got to be Kevin McCann. Brian McCann at this point was not signed up.
Mm-hmm.
He picks Lucas Gortman.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Lucas is a solid choice.
Solid choice, absolutely. But I'm like, it's Kevin McCann. He's won almost all the races in the TDR Pudge League, too. Not only, dominating in the Cup cars in TDR. So,
right, 12 wins in a row.
So I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like, all right, Otto, McCann is still out there. I'm like, all right, well, here he goes. Here's the first crossover, right? He's got to take Kevin. He took Matt. He took Matt / Pudge out of loyalty, but Kevin's still there.
Mm-hmm.
He takes Scott Snodgrass. My mind is blown.
Loyalty.
It is.
Loyalty.
It is.
Scott,
but my mind
and Otto go hand in hand.
My mind is blown. At this point, Adam just has to. He takes Kevin McCann, 4th pick, number 4 overall. I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked today.
Well, I think as much as Adam and Lucas interact on track, and yes, the McCanns race with us very often. I think that might have been a little bit of loyalty too.
Yeah.
Over the McCanns. The McCanns, they're great, and we love having them run in TDR. It's awesome watching and learning from them. Just to point out real quick, as I'm dialing up the driver comms again, we have all the team TDR guys in the same communication channel. All of the Pujanowski guys in the same communication channel. B McCann and K McCann are on their own channel. So there's a little bit of separation of the McCanns from TDR as a group.
Yeah.
They kind of do their own thing. And hey, that makes you 4th in the draft.
Cars start to hit qualifying now. Now it's going to be interesting because I think track position is going to be key here. You're going to want to be up front because anything else, if you're around drivers, you know what's coming. And it's who's going to lay the bumper first. Yeah, I'm going to hit somebody before they hit me if I'm these guys.
Well, that was my thought. I want to start second because if it's a bump and run race, I'm moving the guy in first, and now I'm in first, and the guy in second's spinning, and now I've got a gap between me and the guy in 4th who's now in second. You know what I mean? I want to start in second.
Right.
I want to wreck the guy ahead of me and just run away.
Well, we've got 2 laps, and they do have 10 minutes to do it. I'm sure they're going to run driver's meeting. But
yep.
I think we're going to see a lot of shake and bake going on.
Yeah, this is going to be a good time. Lots of time left in qualifying. I imagine they're going to give them the full time. And this being a grudge match, I'm going to go ahead and have myself a beverage. This is going to be some intense racing. Wrecking is not encouraged. Touching is encouraged. So the whole goal is to bump somebody, move them out of the way, go ahead, get by them, and keep running a race. Now, the bump isn't required. You can pass somebody cleanly, and that's fine, but we expect to see your racing a little more aggressive than we have in the past. And it looks like on my monitor, I'm looking at some of the times. It looks like we got Lucas Cortman currently fastest on track with one of the McCanns behind him. And some other guys putting in some really close times here. It looks like everyone's within a second of each other, which is kind of what you expect at Bristol. It's about the driving line you're running. But I can't wait to see what they do on track. I don't expect to see times this fast when they're actually turning laps. Oh, and Clown Prince on YouTube says, hey, I've already got to Doug about turning off the crew chief, Andy. And who's this on track now? My monitor's getting all fuzzy. Well, while we're watching these guys qualify, let's take a little bit of time to talk about Tyler Daniels Racing. So Tyler Daniels Racing, of course, was focused around driver Tyler Daniels, an autistic gentleman who was bullied in public lobbies, so we created a safe place for all drivers to come and race, regardless of skill or ability. Back charities funds the majority of the events that we have here at Tyler Daniels Racing. You can make a donation at backcharities.com. That is BACCcharities.com. And a huge shout out to Pujanowski community. We've put a link up in chat for twitch.tv/Pujanowski. Hopefully we'll have him streaming back on Facebook again soon. But until that time, you can go find Pudge over on Twitch. He's a great guy, super positive attitude. Love watching him. He's something to watch. He really is an impressive guy.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. You nailed it. And Pudge is an awesome guy. I can't thank whatever powers are out there that brought us together, because there's a lot of things in common with TDR and Pujanowski. So that's awesome.
The blending of the two communities has been tremendous.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I heard you mention back charities. And, just to let everybody out there that's watching know, there is a charity race coming up. That is
a memorial event for 3 people close to the family that we've lost recently.
Yeah, it's going to be the TDR Memorial. So this started off last year. We ran it in August last year through TDR. It was for Avis Daniels, which is Tyler Daniels' grandmother. And she was near and dear to the Wyoming County Animal Shelter there in Wyoming County, New York. So we raised some money for the animal shelter. Tyler also lost a friend this year, Michelle Brannon. I believe is the last name, Brannon. She also was near and dear to the animal shelter as well during her funeral and memorials. The family had asked for donations to the animal shelter. And then we also had Jim Dowman's mother passed away this recently. So we've changed it from the Avis Daniels race, and we're going to do a memorial race to remember all those loved ones that we've lost among our community this year. And we will continue to collect donations for the Wyoming County Animal Shelter. So if you'd like to make a donation to that in memory of anyone you've lost this year or anyone that you've lost at all, make it to back charities, and we'll make one large donation to as our community to the Wyoming County Animal Shelter.
Well,
now, that is also going to be run. I believe right now. I think it's July 13th, but somebody told me that's Friday the 13th, so I'm thinking that it might get pushed back a week.
I would say I'm not a superstitious guy, but there are superstitious people out there. I think moving it would be a good idea.
So the date on that is not official yet. So.
But to you guys out there watching, or watching the tape delay tomorrow, thank you for opening your wallets and opening your hearts to help us pay respects to these people that have passed, and hopefully, God willing, we don't have to add too many more names to that list in the coming year. We want to wish everybody a long, happy life, but to those we love and cherish that have passed, we want to make sure we do something to honor them annually, and remember those good moments we had with those people, right?
Yeah, and I was talking to Pudge today, just letting him know about what we're doing, and he said some people in Nowski Nation had lost some loved ones this year as well, and our hearts and prayers go out to those that have lost somebody, and just let you know, TDR is always here for anybody. TDR
absolutely.
Or Nowski Nation members, or anybody if you're not even a member of either one of our groups. Reach out to us. We're here for you. We've got open ears, and we're good listeners. So nobody should ever feel alone, as we have 2 wonderful groups that are.
Yep, and as you wrap up that positive thought about what we do, we just got a shout out from Clug Power Gaming. I have met some great people in Tyler Daniels Racing, and I'm so glad to be a part of them.
Awesome. We're glad to have
you. And he's a newer member. He's been here, 3-4 days now, so...
awesome.
He's in a good spot.
If I'm not
you and I are in a great spot to watch this race tonight.
Absolutely. Yes. If I'm not wrong, that is Skyler.
Stryker.
There's Stryker. Sorry.
Stryker. His actual name is Nicholas Smith on iRacing, but Stryker's kind of his.
Stryker Motorsports, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Stryker Motorsports. Big shout out. We'll make sure we start shouting him out on the official GDR page as well.
Absolutely. A huge welcome to you, and I'm glad you're in the group, and that hopefully we've made you feel welcome. And again, nobody's ever alone in TDR, right? You've always got a family member right around the corner. So
yep, I would say almost every day there's somebody in the Discord having a conversation with somebody else about life. whatever it may be, life, right? But there's always somebody. There's always a pair of ears ready to help talk to you and walk you through whatever you're going through in life.
That's right. Well, let's take a look at what we got going on because I'm a little bit surprised at these qualifiers.
Yeah, earlier, after you hollered shake and bake, Lucas Gortman put up that really good time sitting up there P1, and he has not lost it yet. Eric Steele's second. Kevin McCann in third, which is better than he was drafted.
Yeah.
He's going to love that when he watches back.
Yeah. Lucas was number one, and Kevin, just let you know, Kev, might be a reason you didn't go number one, buddy. But Eric Steele, too, but by just a tad over Kevin.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Eric Steele really kind of tied with Lucas, it kind of looks like, too.
Yeah, that's those are some serious qualifying times.
Yeah, and you start going through the field, and oh my goodness, we're 0.17 down to 19th right now, 0.22 down to 23rd. I mean, everybody's really close. This is, I guess, until they start beating and banging, we really don't know how this is going to shake out, do we?
It makes me wonder if we should start drafting for the TDR versus Pujanowski's, because I mean, we're less than half a second all the way through the field here with qualifying.
You got Otto sitting there in 9th. You happen to catch where Adam is?
I'm waiting for him to come by on my scroll. It's good to see Aaron Johnson, part of the Back Sports broadcast team, sitting up there in the top 10.
So you got Marty Brown in 27th.
He's one of the crossovers from TDR to a Team Pujanowski for the evening.
Did not have a qualifying time. Adam is in 5th. All right. Ahead of Brian McCann. I don't know if the modifieds aren't the McCann's thing or
is Brian on Team Adam or Team Otto?
Team Otto.
Okay, so we have Kevin McCann on Team Adam.
Yeah.
Behind Gortman on Team Adam.
Wait a minute. Why do we have 3 cars out here now with Dale Earnhardt number 3s? 2 of them are side by side. So this is gonna be wonderful to call.
I feel like they've played tricks on us.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this to you, you guys on next Putz race. We're just gonna have random mixed cars.
Just make both teams run the same scheme. Because Doug does all the race calling. I just do color calling. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, well.
Likewise here.
But we do know Lucas Gortman's going to, in that red 51, he's going to lead them off here. Eric Steele sitting on the outside. So that right now, that's Team Adam up front.
Pace car's off. Shake and bake, baby.
Here we go. We're going, and Lucas is going to take it down into turn 1. Eric Steele behind him. We got a little bit of contact already but on Blair Patterson, but the pass was not made. So we look through the field. Still, it's actually pretty clean. I hear a lot of carnage going on, but not quite seeing it yet. That's a hard one to kind of call. Is Lucas still way out front? Lucas is going to take the lead away from Eric and Kevin. Sorry, folks out there. I'm not sure who these cars are. Oh, we got a spinning car there. I'm not quite sure who is who, and it's making it a little bit tough. I'm kind of used to these guys running certain paints and certain numbers, so making it a little bit more difficult tonight to call some things. But
and one thing to keep in mind too is the yellows are going to be light, so we're going to see cars spinning out there. We're not going to throw a yellow for every car that turns around.
That's right. That was
contact is encouraged. If it's not going to affect the leaders a ton, we're going to let the boys race.
That's right. You wonder. Oh, he did take him out. I was just wondering if that was going to come. Steele took out Gortman, but they're teammates.
Well, it's a grudge match, and the rules are they're harsh this evening.
That puts. Oh, we do have a caution. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to take a look at some stuff here. Let's take a look. Oh, Gortman's on the wall.
Run that back.
Let's see what we had here. Oh, there was some contact there. Here it is. Oh, there's the big one. Oh boy.
Now, you and I racing with these two guys, we kind of know a little bit of their history. Are you surprised Eric took out his teammate?
I don't. Here he comes. I want to see it. Yeah. Can we see it here? See, Steele's running down Gortman, and is it gonna? He's running him down. Oh no! Gortman got into somebody else, and I think Steele just had to nowhere to go there. So
I was almost certain that was Steele paying back Lucas for something. Throw teammates to the wayside tonight. This is a grudge match. We're gonna let all the bad blood out.
Oh my goodness! So what do we got going on? We got some beat up race cars already. Now they got 3 quick repairs, but we're 9 laps in, and this is you got Brian McCann out front.
No surprise.
Yeah, I don't know where his brother's gone, but
I'm willing to bet Brian spun him out.
that very well could be. So that's looking good for Team Otto right now, with Brian up front.
And for those of you joining us on YouTube from outside the iRacing community, Andy alluded to the quick repair. The quick repair is basically a gift in the virtual racing world. You can pull into the pits, you get your car fixed, good to go, 2 to 3 seconds pit stop, and you're back on the track. We're allowing them to do that 3 times during this race to help keep it competitive.
So I was mistaken earlier. Brian McCann is running a black 69. He is not running a 3. Dale Earnhardt.
Ah. But you said you saw 3 number 3s out there.
There are 3 right now, and you can see them in our screen right now. It cycles back. We got Patrick Gitter, who's sitting in 3rd, is running the number 3. And then we have, I believe that's Otto, is running the number 3. And
so this is Otto's doing.
Yes, this is Otto. Thanks, Otto, when you watch this back. I appreciate you.
Can we have a grudge match in the booth where we make like Otto come up here and do our job?
Because we got 2 spots back from Otto, it looks like. Also has one, which is, Pudge. So there you go.
There you go. So Otto and Pudge will be broadcasting the next grudge match event. All the cars will run the same paint scheme, and we'll sit back and laugh for a while.
Yeah. So we got Patrick Gitter, Otto, and Pudge running the Dale Earnhardt number 3s. They do, if I've noticed this correctly, so Patrick Gitter's got black wheels. Otto has chrome wheels and looks like gold wheels on Pudge. So that helps us a little bit, right?
Well, how about
not that I'm going to remember who that is, but
yeah, here we go again.
There he goes. As Brian's going to lead him off, and boy, did he get it jump
by a lot.
Oh, big wreck! Big wreck!
Wreck it in the back. No yellows if it doesn't affect the leaders as they come by.
A big one. Wow! All I hear is crunching back there. Brian takes it out on Pat and takes ahead of Patrick, but boy, there's that car, that big car again. Oh, there goes Pudge. Pudge is out.
We're going to get the yellow for this one.
No, we got another 3, so I know Pudge was 1. I think that's Gitter. Gitter got pushed back a little bit.
Now there's a lot of laps to go, and I think at this point,
we do have almost.
we have a caution. We're about to see some of these cars dropping out. Those guys involved are going to be maybe on their 2nd quick repair at this point.
Very well could be. Let's take a look at
one quick repair left, and we're not even a quarter way through this event.
Yeah, let's see what we have. It's that pink car. That pink car caused the issues before. Not quite sure who that is.
It's hard to see from up here. The way the booth is positioned over Bristol, it's hard to see the numbers on these cars. It's mostly, what color is it?
Pink.
And then we have to look back and see what name it is.
It's a pink car. The pink car keeps causing issues. Just don't know. Man, there was cars flying everywhere. Right there off to restart. Let's see if we can catch some of that there. Oh! The 46! Did you see that, Tommy?
Well, I'm looking over at my other monitor.
Watch the 46 here. Wham!
No, I was actually looking over at the tape delay monitor on what the viewers at home are seeing, and it looks like they can't actually see the roster up there in the top left.
Well, that's a shame.
It is a shame. We'll have to work on that for the next one.
I'll fix it.
Unless you're able to get it dialed in real quick.
I'm playing. All right, let me know, people, if you can see it now.
I'm on a bit of a delay on my side, but I'll give you some feedback when it shows up. It looks like I should be caught up now, and I still don't see the roster displaying.
Well, I don't know why that is. Okay, well, we'll have to fix that. So we'll keep you more updated on to what is going on. And who's in what position. Not that we can tell, because we can't.
We can see where the guys are running, but the folks at home don't have that live view up of where everyone is. And I just got word I was hoping Doug Burns would be able to join us in the booth this evening. He's actually having an issue with a hamster.
With a hamster?
That's what he said.
Well, you just put it in a ball.
Oh, hold on. Let me open up my emails here. That's all I can read from the notification.
I mean, that's what I'd do. If my hamster's being bad, I'd just put it in a ball.
Oh, okay. So his youngest child's pet hamster is MIA, and the youngest child is crying, and dad has to dad.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I would probably do the same thing in his boat.
Yeah, you'd have to take care of the hamster. You just hope you find a hamster. Like, soon and not, like, in 3 years.
Right. Why did the lights go out in the dining room? Oh, it must be that hamster chewing on wires.
Oh, boy.
Right.
We had so many hamsters, we lost them.
Lights are off on the pace car. Here they go.
And Brian McCann is out front again. And Aaron Johnson has moved up in the second position. Followed by Blair Patterson. Oh, Blair's getting taken out by one of the 3 cars. Oh, my goodness. They're wrecking everywhere.
We go yellow again, which isn't surprising.
I was not expecting a lot of yellows, but boy, we're going to have to take a look at that one because Johnson was it Johnson getting taken? Oh, Patterson.
No.
It was Blair Patterson got taken out.
Yeah, Johnson had a good run, kind of staying right up there behind Kevin McCann, and then just behind
Patterson got up into Otto, maybe, but that's a teammate. Oh boy, I think he just washed off the track. Let's take a look.
As Larry Mack would say, if you look at the trends, grudge matches breed grudge matches.
And see now I won't say Blair did that purposely. Okay, he's on.
I don't think it was.
Blair's a straight up guy. He'll race for Otto's team. But we did have an incident in the last TDR versus Nowski Nation between Blair and Otto. So maybe we won't edit this again for dramatic effect. I promise you.
But looking at the field now, and I know as broadcasters we're supposed to be impartial, but as a partner of the Back Sports broadcasting team, look at Aaron Johnson up there running in second.
Heck yeah, Aaron. We'll go. I don't care what team you're on. Just go.
Yes, sir. Even if he was on Pudge's team, which he may be, I can't remember who's on which team at this point after the draft. But good to see someone up there who supported our broadcast and participated in what we do over here, doing well in a race. I like to see that.
I am still trying to work on getting these I would love for everybody to be able to see what the standings here. So I'm not giving up on doing a little back end work here while we're under caution.
There's not much to watch on track. We got a bunch of cars driving around at 40 miles an hour, a bunch of guys on pit road. Now they may be on second or third quick repairs. And again, if these guys keep being overly aggressive, we're going to start seeing some cars get eliminated from this, and maybe some good clean racing last 50 laps of this race.
Yeah, sorry, I'm reading.
Marty Brown up to 11th, one of the crossovers. Jim Downham up 15th. Got Scott Snodgrass all the way back in 24th. He's a driver we normally see way up front. And we have Pete filling in for Robert Trask, sitting last place in 28th. Otto Cruz now up to 3rd. Adam J. Ricci in 4th. Cruz 3rd. Ricci 4th.
Oh man, I don't know why this ain't working for you people. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me. Apologize to all the people out there in YouTube world.
I'm apologizing to them.
It wouldn't be a Back Sports broadcast without technical difficulties.
Nah, we'll have to get this fixed by next race. I apologize.
That's part of our humble charm, as the pace car pulls off.
Yeah, we're not pros. We got a little bumping. We got a little bit of bumping off the restart, and Brian McCann pulls away from Aaron Johnson. Otto Kraus up to 3rd.
Is it Kraus? I thought it was Otto Cruz.
Cruz. Sorry.
Is it Cruz or Kraus?
It is Cruz, and I asked him about that, so that was my mistake.
Well, speaking of Cruz.
Wow, who is cruising upside down?
Somebody's cruising upside down.
I think that's Johnson. That was Johnson as Otto Cruz moves up to 2nd, followed by Eric Sellers. Steve Hutchinson moves up in the 3rd,
under yellow
followed
again.
by Kevin Bernheimer. Oh my goodness. I didn't think we were going to do this. No, but between, I believe the only people that can throw cautions are Adam and Otto.
Yeah, I would have expected a lot fewer cautions. I think these guys could have towed or cleared the track long before the leaders came back around. And the next grudge match, we're going to have an admins meeting before the drivers meeting.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is... I don't know if the guys are and it may be a case of guys getting out of hand thinking this is a Duro race rather than a bump and run race.
Well, we'll have to look at what we do for the next grudge match here, because it's hard to call the action when there's no action.
It's like Gitter, I believe that was Gitter or Otto. One of them was getting away around.
Otto's still sitting 2nd behind McCann. Aaron Johnson's cycled back a good bit. Back to 16th. So we know Johnson was involved. I'm not sure who else was involved in that incident. But I don't think it warranted the caution.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I mean, yeah, sure.
Something
Aaron
we said
Aaron
or
was
did
on
was
his
hilarious. Something we said or did was hilarious. We just got a laughing emoticon over in the chat.
It's probably because Andy doesn't know what he's doing. He can't get the standings up. I would assume that's what it is.
Oh man, good times, right? This brings back memories.
Oh yes, I'm glad everybody could join us tonight. You know, Tommy and I have missed this. Unfortunately, work and life has gotten in the way. But we've missed joining you all out there and just having a good time up in the booth. You know, Tommy and I got we found the rapport, right? It took us a while. We found it, and then we had to, unfortunately, pick up the work slack for those that don't want to do work.
At one point, we had a broadcast team of 5 people.
We did. It was good stuff.
So, without getting too personal, but while we're under yellow, I'm finding some more free time in my work life. How are how are you doing? You able to find some more free time?
Oh no, nobody wants to work. Not in a
restaurant. Yeah. We had a guy. We were onboarding him. He was supposed to start next week, and he didn't study for the whiz quiz.
Oh.
Yep. So he's not going to be hireable.
Well, that's a. They tell you need to pass a drug test, but you go to the interview anyway. Why?
I have no idea. Not only the interview, we pay for the background check, we pay for the MVR, and then we pay for the whiz. And you can't study with all the chemicals available on the internet to study for this test, and you can't pass it? Come on.
Boy.
Anyway, hopefully, moving towards the end of the year, you and I can find some more free time to do this on a regular basis, like broadcasting the Veterans League.
Yes, we have unfortunately not been able to do that, and it's been a shame. And here we go back to green, and Kevin McCann is going to lead Otto Cruz, followed by Kevin Bernheimer, and that's going to be interesting. I want to see this 2-3 matchup. Will Bernheimer put the bumper to Cruz if he gets there?
And it looks like they may have maybe trying to extend that previous yellow. I don't think they got tightened up before.
Oh, well,
that
there's the
green flag
4 car
dropped.
just kind of sitting there. Four car was a little bit sideways as I came by. Let's take a look. Oh, that might be the reason there.
Oh, wow.
Tommy. Oh, my!
Goodness gracious. That was a bigger mess than I thought happened back
We
there.
were just like, I'll extend the caution. No! The entire field just decided to wad it up.
Well, nobody was watching everybody back there. I didn't know why the yellow. Now I know.
My goodness, what happened here? How did this all start? Oh, the 13 doesn't get going. 3 gets in the what looks like Wheeler, maybe.
Oh, what a mess.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there goes Aaron Johnson kind of got through that.
So at this point, several drivers have to be out of quick repairs.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to be. I mean, I don't know
this
how.
This field is going to start thinning out. It's just so aggressive so early on. I understand these guys are fired up and they want to do that bump and run, but you also have to manage your race and manage your pit crew.
Absolutely. I mean, where? So Adam's sitting there back at 6. Otto is taking it to him. And team-wise, I don't know, but Adam has not been up there. Otto has been.
Yeah, and I'm not looking at the entire teams either. I understand we have Team Adam and Team Otto, but I'm looking at it strictly as Adam versus Otto, and in the back of my mind, McCann versus McCann. I think those 4 cars are the cars I want to focus on watching this event.
Brian McCann. So this whole time, Kevin, and I don't even see Kevin in the top 10 right now. Where is he? Oh my goodness.
He's making notes for a future grudge match against.
Yeah, I believe we're probably going to see a brother grudge match here, because if I'm looking at this correctly, Kevin McCann is sitting at 26.
And there's somebody out in YouTube land who thinks we deserve praise, I guess.
Oh. Well, thank you.
You guys make it entertaining. I will be watching more often. Best broadcast I've seen in a while.
Oh, I hope you do. Whoever that is. You didn't give me a name, so.
It's a very long name. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Klug Power Gaming and Klug Power Racing. One of those. Between on one side of the and the other side of the and, one of those two is his Twitch handle. I think Klug Power Racing is the Twitch handle.
Well, hey, I appreciate you being here, man. For sure.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Tommy and I, we try to make this a little bit lighthearted and just fun. So hopefully you're enjoying yourself, because we are not professionals.
Speaking of professionals, it looks like Doug from How to Suck at iRacing has hopped in the booth. Let me go ahead and get his mic dialed in here and see if we can get a read on him. Hey, Doug.
Oh, he got a spin under yellow. Oh, they just dumped. Kevin Bernheimer just dumped Otto under yellow.
That is correct. Well, you got a bump to pass, so.
You're not wrong, Doug. How have you been this evening? I was just telling Andy that you had a rodent problem at your house.
Yeah, the pet is gone quiet for a couple of days, and kid's upset. So I can only stay for a minute or two, but I wanted to drop in and tell you guys you're doing a great job here tonight.
Well, we appreciate the way you lie.
I was laughing while listening to you while cleaning out a hamster cage. So
we appreciate you. Yeah, those suckers are hard to hunt. I'll tell you. We've lost a few in my day, and I don't think we've ever found them.
I probably shouldn't tell the story in case kids are watching, but I accidentally vacuumed one up once as the pace car pulls off.
Here we go. As Brian McCann is ahead of Otto. And Otto, I don't know if Otto's hot over Kevin just dumping him there under yellow, but it's going to be interesting if Kevin could get back to his bumper and see what happens there. But we do.
I've raced with Kevin enough to know that it will not come right away. He got him
there! Otto!
Was that Otto that got dumped into the pit?
Yes, Otto just got hit by Bernheimer.
I stand corrected. Bernheimer's late, and he's probably a little grumpy. Usually...
Oh boy! Here we go again! They're ripping.
Now the whole track is clustered
down. We're going back to yellow. Oh, that green and yellow car, it just can't stop. It's like a top. Oh, it's Heberted.
There's so much action out here. I didn't even have time to say, to bump a McCann, you must first catch a McCann.
Truer words have never been spoken. I was watching McCann stream a minute ago when I was getting over here, and there appears to be a little bit of smack talking in his chat too, because I found a couple on Kevin's chat that said Brian sucks. So the rivalry is strong tonight.
Oh boy,
it's funny. I have all the car radios pulled up on my monitor, and Brian and Kevin are still locked into their individual communication channels. Those two are ready to shake and bake.
Yes,
oh yeah.
Sir. So Doug, while you're here, why don't you give a little plug on your stuff? Get you some airtime here on Back Sports.
Oh well, on the How to Suck at iRacing Facebook page, the MS Society race is coming up next Saturday, the 4 hours at Charlotte. And the standing agreement, there's pictures of me currently, but if we hit $2,500, I will shave the entire head, facial hair, the whole. Of course, I don't have that much hair on my head to talk about, but I've got a good beard going, and it'd be the first time my kids have ever seen me without. So yeah, you can check that out and drop into chats, How to Suck at iRacing, Facebook and Twitch.
How much money do I have to donate to shave a hand?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to come here and be part of the shaving, I'm sure we can work something out if we hit the mark.
So where can we donate, Doug?
There's a link on the How to Suck at iRacing Facebook page, and it's the link to donate to our because you have it's almost like in school when you had to do the you got to do the fundraising individually. So my individual link for fundraising is on the Facebook page right now. And
awesome.
So the viewers just need to go to Facebook, search How to Suck at iRacing, and they can find the link on that page somewhere.
Yes, sir.
And where do we sit right now? The goal is $2,500, right?
It was a little over, actually, ironically, Kevin Bernheimer was the last donation, and we're over 600. I think it was 620-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. Last time I checked before I went and did some crazy races this evening, so.
Hey, man, that's huge. Couple $100 raised for your cause. Even if you don't meet that goal, if you want me to, I'll shave a hamster for you.
Now that would be a very, very interesting video to watch. Now, I've even said, I made the announcement during a broadcast the other night, if we hit the goal, I will live stream, so my kids and my wife will all get in on it and do the head shaving, and we will live stream it.
There is nothing I like more than children crying live on TV.
Did you say your wife would shave her head?
Well, she usually does my hair anyway because I have a nerve condition in my face, so you got to be very careful with shaving my head. And so she's very quick about it and very good at it. And so she does it generally, and then the kids all get to pitch in on the face, so that'll be fun. You know what the funny part is? I'll have to take a beard trimmer to everything first, and then I have to buy a razor. Because I haven't shaved in 25 years.
As the pace car pulls off and Kevin McCann rips away again.
That's a Brian McCann. Remember, Kevin McCann's back of the wheel.
Oh, I'm used to saying Kevin when it comes to first place. Sorry, Brian.
There was a car that drove up the wall on the restart, and it's come back down. I believe it was the 74 car. Trying to confirm that. But, the 74 car, Adam Rickey, he went up the wall on the restart.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that wall ride. We're hearing a lot of carnage, too.
I definitely hear some banging around.
Trying to find Adam here. I don't have all the fancy gadgets that Doug has. You guys got to check out his streams because he's got all the fancy gadgets, so he can find a car pretty quick.
Yeah, he actually is a professional. We are not.
No, I pretend. Actually, I'm not a professional, but I did stay at Holiday Inn Express last night.
Get the bumper. Jim Dowman got the bumper by the 23 car.
Oh, there's a car stopped in the Country Time car. That is Robert Trask. Looks like he got the bumper, and he is stopped on the exit of pit road now. He had to tow.
Yeah, and I see Gortman now back up to third place behind Bernheimer and McCann.
Knowing Gortman, I would expect those. Actually, Gortman and Bernheimer run in another league together, and I would imagine those two are probably working together to some degree, and they at least know each other's driving style, so that can make things very, very interesting. And then you got a McCann up there. That always makes things interesting.
Yeah. And Brian's just flying up there, right? And from the looks of it, he's going to catch. We decide to stay green for a while. He's going to end up catching some guys up here.
You got to give a shout out to that. I can't remember. Oh, caution is out. That whoever was in the Country Time car we were just talking about. Yeah. He managed to get the car off the track to keep it green.
Yeah, I saw another car hitting pit road too. I think there was another incident that brought this yellow out.
See if we can find what happened there.
Looked like there was an incident in 1 and 2.
Oh, we got a car. Who is that? The third? 52. I think that's Dakota. Dakota Brow.
Dakota Brow.
Just stopped up there. I believe that would be your caution. Him being stopped on the track, although he did bring it down into pit road.
Well, he was involved with another car. I saw one down on in that gap right below him, so that car is already towed. But
that white car that dodges him when he comes down right here. Oh,
sorry.
It's
Marty Brown had a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, then you see that car go down to the bottom, and there's another one stopped down there somewhere that I just barely caught a glimpse of, and that car towed. I'm not 100% sure who it was, but definitely a wild and eventful night so far.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's really hard to keep up with keep up with the action here because there's just so much all over the track.
Yeah, this is definitely not a traditional race to.
No, and I find it funny that they're doing the bump and run in these mods, and that does make things a little bit tricky because while these things are exceptionally good at turning left, it does not take much of a bump to unsettle them too much left or to the right. So it's these guys are going to be having fun with this, and as they continue on the series, I know, are they doing the car swap every race?
No,
I believe. The two people who are the focus of the grudge match will be determining the rules of the grudge match. So Adam and Otto agreed that with the modifieds, it would be a true bump and run because you had to use your brain and go bumper to bumper so you didn't knock your toe out. Well, not a lot of brains on this track. Sorry to everybody on the track because I just insulted all of y'all.
It's Bristol, baby. You have to check your brain at the gate, and
yep,
it's right foot down, turn left, hold on.
Just gotta, put her down and shake and bake.
Yeah, we were hoping for some more conscious decision. Using the modifieds with open wheel, you can't door somebody. You affect knocking your toe out and risk that, wasting a quick repair. We were expecting a lot more bumper-to-bumper touching, but we've seen a lot more chaos than strategic moving.
I imagine as this thing goes on, they'll settle down a little bit, but yeah.
I mean, as the cars, I think a lot of the guys that are being a little more wild, the ones that really want to get out there and kind of, I mean, we're having grudge matches within this grudge match we probably don't even know about. Guys signed up for this because they heard someone they had a grudge with signed up for this, right? And they're getting some of that heat out. But yeah, as more cars drop out, I think we're going to see a little more green flag racing here moving towards the end.
Did note about 3 cars on pit road. One of them came back up off there. Country time car. Let's see if I can figure out who that was. But
I believe that was Trask.
Yes, you are correct. So Trask is back out on track, and it looks like we're actually going to have everybody on track. Although several cars, several laps down. Scotty Too Hottie looks like he's about 19 laps down, but you never know what can happen. Oh my gosh.
I'm wondering how many grudge matches are going to be spawned from this first grudge match, because the amount of touching out here, there's no way all these guys don't like each other.
The first rule of grudge match is you have another grudge match caused by the grudge match, I think.
Right. As Larry Mack says, grudge matches breed grudge matches.
That is the perfect phrase for this situation.
Indeed. As we get at least 3 green flag
big wreck on the back straightaway. Will the caution come out? They are down on the apron. Looks like Marty Brown, who was caught earlier.
Yeah, race control is supposed to be light on the cautions. If it's not going to affect the leaders too badly, they won't throw it. But as you've seen, most of the contact out here has created just a cluster pile of cars on the track.
Yeah, and looks like Marty Brown's engine's blown. He'll have to use another fast repair. I believe that's his second of the night, if I remember from early in the race.
I have not been counting because I can't even keep track of this mess. I'm just kind of watching the top 3 because I noticed Otto Cruz and Adam Rickey running 2 and 3. They're the ones here for the grudge match with McCann leading them both. And here comes the caution. Big pile up going into turn 1.
With those boys being in the grudge match, and there was a car on the inside pit wall stuck. That is, DJ Powell is literally stuck on the wall. I don't think he can get off of it.
I can't help but laugh. This is so unconventional, so chaotic. I hope the drivers out there are having a good time. I keep wanting to bring them into the booth, but I'm afraid all they're going to do is swear.
That does tend to happen. I eventually, after a couple of races, learned a very important rule. As a broadcaster, you never interview somebody that was involved in the last caution.
Right, and this has been like everyone, so we have not interviewed any drivers. I don't know where when I bring them in here. We're probably going to do some post-race stuff, but I'm going to let them fight it out on the track before they decide to get up here and fight it out in the booth.
Well, on that note, boys, I will leave you to it. You guys are doing a great job tonight, and have some fun with it.
Doug, appreciate you coming by again. Check him out, facebook.com, How to Suck at iRacing. Go donate to his fundraiser, and let's scare the kids.
Definitely. Thanks, guys. Have fun.
Take care, Doug. Well, here we are, 31 laps to go. Otto Cruz running second, Brian McCann leading the race. I saw Adam Rickey sitting in third, but it looks like he's sorted back to fifth once the spots taken were already given back. So, let's watch him ride around here under caution.
Make sure everybody checks out Doug next Friday. He's the broadcaster along with Tommy for punching.
Sometimes.
Yeah, when Tommy can make it. He's not swiping right. TDR versus Punchinowski. Great series. We got 2 races left. Points, I believe, are like 11-point difference between the teams right now. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, very close. Very close. And we just got another message over in the YouTube channel. The first rule of Grudge match is don't talk about Grudge match.
Don't talk about Grudge match.
Doug and I were just alluding to that the whole Grudge match breeds Grudge match thing. So we've got a lot of guys out here that there may be some Grudge matches within this Grudge match we're not even thinking about, right?
Yeah,
somebody signed up because they saw this guy signed up and they're like, I'm gonna bump him.
No. I sincerely hope, at least I think, with what we're seeing on the tracks, is everybody's having a good time, right? They know it's coming. The bumper's coming. You can't get mad at anybody for putting the bumper to you.
Yeah.
And then let's take a look at this. Matt Hughes, Punchinowski, is up to 3rd for Team Otto. That is pick number 1 for Otto.
Look at that. And we have Otto in 2nd, and we got Ricky sitting back there in 5th. So a lot of the big names involved in this are up there.
1, 2, 3 is Team Otto. Then you have Lucas Gortman, who is Ricky. But Patrick
Draft
Gitter
pick number 2
is back to, man, this is close. When you look at the top 10, man, it's going to be close.
Yeah, man. Pace car's off.
Pace car's off, and of course, McCann just flies out of the game.
Now, I noticed McCann did something there. On the restart, he drops down into that dark gray area by the Food City logo.
He gets a little grip down there. And
runs away. I think we just learned a McCann secret.
I think we did. We need to broadcast more McCann races. Oh, I don't know what my puppy just decided to take next to me, but she's chewing on something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she took a Grudge.
Hey, what are you doing? No, don't do that.
How many times do we have to tell you? No puppies in the booth.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, we got Brian McCann out in front of Otto Krause. Now, Lucas Gortman is moved up to 3rd. So your top 3 is a little bit of a mix. As Gortman is the number 1 pick for Rick.
Yeah, a lot of guys sitting in the back of the pack that we expected to see run up front tonight. And I think our top 5, which includes Adam Ricky, I think they're going to start walking away with it. And it's time to fight.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of... If you start looking through the field now and all the quick repairs and the guys that are taking damage, not a lot of guys on the lead lap.
Yeah, I mean, we predicted this. There's a lot of the guys that were aggressive. They thought it was going to be an event to come out and bump everybody. No, we selected the modified specifically because you couldn't just come out here and cause carnage.
Right.
The guys that wanted to be aggressive and have fun and beat them up, well, now they're beat up and they don't get to play anymore.
That's right. That's right.
Had to use a little bit of brains coming into this event. Now, the guys with the big heads are running up front right now.
We see a great battle between Otto and Lucas side by side.
Yeah, racing each other nice and clean.
Though. Otto, if you're going to make that pass, you better put something to him.
I don't think he can hear you. You want me to bring him in the booth?
Yeah, right now. Oh, he's going to come up on the traffic.
Oh.
Yeah. We got a car flipping. We got 19 to go. This Cortman's definitely going to pull out of Krause. Krause got into traffic there. Caused a little bit of problem. We got carnage everywhere right now. Oh, boy. Who is that? The 41? Is that... No, that's the 46. We are under caution.
Yeah, we just got a shout out in the YouTube channel from Doug Burns himself from How to Suck at iRacing. Thanks for letting me join in, guys. That was a lot of fun. Just watching and talking. Tons of fun.
Thanks, Doug. We appreciate you joining in with us. It was a ton of fun having you up in the booth here. We saw the 46, Timmy Perkins. Oh, boy. That's Otto. That is Otto taking a beating.
Oh. Now, did he ask for it or did he give it out?
I don't know. He ran up on Timmy Perkins here. Oh, boy.
Oh.
He also ran into Pudge.
Yeah, I think just catching lap traffic there.
Yeah, lap traffic and yeah, him and Pudge and Otto ends up upside down. He's gonna have to tow. He's gonna have laps down.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for Otto.
Yeah.
Adam Ricky up to third behind
What?
Brian McCann and Lucas
How is
Corbin.
this possible? I guess if maybe Adam just stayed away from everybody. I don't know what he did.
Well, I think I've noticed he's been running mid-pack and just kind of staying out of incidents. We haven't had a lot of they're wrecking, and then we say Adam's name.
Right.
You know, I think Adam's been playing it cool, just kind of noticing everyone being overly aggressive and waiting for all the big ones to sort themselves out. Now here he is, third place with 17 to go.
Yeah, but Lucas is his #1 draft pick up front.
And then Brian McCann, the showstopper, trying to stop their show.
That's right. You got Kevin McCann's back up to 16th, but he's not on the lap.
Well, Brian already put a stop to Kevin's show, so I think we figured out which McCann can't.
Yeah, you're talking about Kevin there. So it looks like.
I mean, he was 4th draft pick. I mean, how valuable is he really?
Start looking at the top 10 now, and it is heavy, Ricky.
Yeah.
You know, I had to swap just between the last caution. I mean, it was pretty heavy Otto. Now it's heavy Ricky. We got 15 to go, and there's going to be some bumpers. We know bumpers are coming now, like for sure.
This is definitely not, we've already seen too many yellows. I think race control was a little too generous with throwing the yellows out there for the drivers.
Yeah,
but I don't think this is the last one. I think we're going to see at least one more with 17 to go, if not two.
I would say you're right.
This kind of aggressive driving, open wheel cars, a little bit of carelessness.
If you're Lucas Gortman sitting up there with Brian McCann, who's been leading this race all night long, you've got to be worried.
I mean, if I'm Lucas, I'm getting right up beside Brian, and as soon as the green flag drops, I don't care if Brian goes or not. You gone, buddy.
It is going to put Brian on the outside, which doesn't allow him to make that move he's been making.
We'll see. We'll see. This is going to be probably the restart to watch right now. Lights are out. They haven't quite sorted out into their inside-outside yet, so I think we've probably got one lap to go here. But you're right. Brian's going to be starting on the outside. Lucas on the inside.
Going
single file.
Single file.
Well, that puts a damper on the restart.
Yeah, Lucas is going to pull ahead of Brian, Adam, in third.
Well, McCann's not leading in a race. This is where we're going to see the bumper.
Yeah, I would say Brian's
Let's see
him now.
I mean, Lucas is very fast. The McCanns are notoriously faster than everybody, probably including Lucas.
It does seem like Brian is faster off the corner, where Lucas might be faster on entry.
Lucas is also very good at making that car very wide, taking up a lot of track. And I think for McCann to pass, as fast as the MCanns are, he's going to have to use that bumper.
Oh! They both
got it! Who comes through? Who comes through?
Gosh!
Who comes through? Is that Adam Ricky to first? I believe Lucas and McCann Adam. Both got it, and that's going to be Ricky coming through at the line.
Yeah, Adam is in first place. My goodness, I don't know where Adam's car is. I don't want to guess right now. That's Marty.
And we stay green, no yellow for that.
Yeah.
It looks like Lucas and the McCann settled into second and third respectively. They got to spun back around.
Ricky, Lucas, they're falling back 5 seconds. With Adam running away with this thing right now.
Yeah, Adam. What is that? quarter lap lead on the other two guys by the time they got it right side up.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We're seeing a great battle here between 29 and 32.
Yeah, a lot of cars sitting in the pits too that aren't going to be in contention for that lead. It looks like Lucas Corbin
to the pit.
Had to hit the pits as well, bringing
Brian
in the second. And we got some more wreckage up on the front end.
That's a Brian McCann got hit again.
Yeah, I'm showing Brian McCann in second place, a lap down. And I think Adam Rickey wins the smart race. I think Adam Rickey did the best job of staying out of trouble, and if he can stay out of trouble for 3 more laps, it's his race to have.
Yeah, I believe he needs to stay behind Otto here, which I believe that's Otto. And
you see Otto put a little move on him there.
There's Aaron Johnson behind him, and Aaron's on his team, so Aaron's not going to do anything.
Yeah, at this point, all Adam has to do is coast, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Adam just slam on the brakes to wreck him. You know? I'm showing second place, 1 lap down. Adam's just got to play it safe, and he's won this Grudge match as he chases Otto Cruz around, almost as a display of superiority.
And team-wise, I'm not sure. This might be Otto's as far as team race goes. I'm looking at the top 10 as it comes by, and you've got, the top, out of the top 6, it's 4. Boy, it's going to be close on who wins this thing. Let's see if we can't figure it out. This race does come to a close. And Adam is your winner, but where does it fall? That's the big question. Where does it fall for overall team wins? And we'll have
I don't know where it sorts out team wise, but I want to do driver interviews, and I'm thinking we bring Adam and Otto in here at the same time.
Let's bring them in.
All right, bear with me while I get them dialed up here. Give me just 1 second. I'm getting the drivers dialed up. Come on. Oh, this new audio software is terrible. I got one of them dialed up. I'm trying to get the other one dialed up. I gotta dial him in slowly. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Come on, you can do it, Tommy. I know you can.
Adam, Otto, this is Tommy in the booth. You boys got a read on me?
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, guys, what's going on? Did you have a good time tonight?
Yeah, it was a good time. Real good time.
That's the most important thing. A lot of stuff going on out there. Both of you had a couple issues, but it seemed like Adam, I think we only said your name 1 time for an incident. Do you think that that's just staying out of trouble and running the long game is what led to you coming in P1?
100% no. I don't know how many incidents I was in. I'd used 2 quick repairs.
Really?
Even though I was staying going straight, I was running into stuff for sure.
Oh, there was so much chaos. Like we'd be like, there's something happening here, something happening there. Like, I don't feel like we said your name a lot. I also don't feel like we said Otto's name a lot. But obviously, Otto, you were caught up in that late incident that really took you out of contention. What was it like for you out there on the track, running with Adam and his team of drivers?
To be perfectly honest with you, for the most part, it was clean racing. I mean, I raced side by side with Adam. I raced side by side with Eric, Lucas. You know, without touching. You know, it was a lot of fun. It was good racing, good hard racing. Obviously, it was avoiding the carnage in certain areas. Anytime you get this many cars out on Bristol, and you put bump and run in there's going to be some carnage.
Oh, there was some carnage for sure.
Yeah, ultimately we were taken out by a wrecked car that had blown engine and just turned up the track. You know, so
yeah,
it happens. It was fun though.
I don't know. It's awfully close on the points. I honestly don't know. I think it's Adams, but I would really have to sit down and kind of do some math. But ultimately, this was about bringing everybody together, having a good time, right? And just showing everybody some solidarity.
That's what it went in. I went in with that, but since I won, I care nothing about anything else other than winning.
No, it was a good race, though. And congratulations to Adam on the win. But looking forward to the next Grudge matches, guys. Y'all keep this going. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. It looked like a lot of fun. It was fun to call. I've got one question for Otto. Otto, you're sitting P2 under caution. Your buddy, Bernheimer, decides to give a little spin to you under caution. Of course, he's running. He's running for Team Adam. So
he got me. He got me twice. He got me under caution, and then he got me in the next little deal on the track too, where I was avoiding a wreck, and he came in full balls. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure Kevin wasn't satisfied with the first time under caution, so he had to get him again. I'm just going to stoke that flame right now.
Yeah. I mean,
so wow. that means the guys that were running that were crossovers from the teams were really running for the teams instead of, their preferred group, I guess.
Oh yeah, I think for sure for the most part. I mean, it's racing, guys. It's competitive. We get out there, we're going to want to pass each other. It's not, I told everybody in the Discord when they came over, we're not out here to intentionally wreck them. If you want to bump them to pass them, if you get into their door, they're not going to hate you for it. Just don't go out there and intentionally wreck them.
That's kind of what
that's what we're trying to cut down on,
Right, and we said that up here. You really can't get mad for getting hit because it's kind of part of the race. So,
the modifieds were a good selection too because it's not a car you can take out there and just door somebody lap after lap, right? You got to kind of take care of your equipment and try to use the bumpers a little more than you would in a traditional full fender stock car.
Yeah, I was very proud of the fact I made it 82 laps without using a quick repair.
That's
and then
awesome.
I went downhill from there.
Now, I got to ask, whose great idea was it to mess with the broadcasters and three of you, Gitter, and Pudge all running number 3 Earnhardt schemes?
So it was kind of a last-minute thing. We decided we were going to run Earnhardt schemes because of the whole Rattle the Cage interview after I doored at him.
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
So me, Andy, I like to put a little fun spin on it. Obviously, after that race, I came with a target scheme too, and yes, I was a target in practice, but I just like to have fun with it, man. It's all racing in the end. We're all going to get into each other at some point. I mean, I've wrecked Pudge, and he's one of my good friends, and I'll do it again. I'd wreck my mom if it was the last lap and I could win. I mean, it's just racing. We all do it to have fun, and in the end, tonight proved that we can all run side by side without getting into each other.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, Adam, you came in P1. You get the final word here through this conversation between you and Otto.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see the next Grudge match between Otto and Kevin.
Yeah, we definitely need to get on that list, huh?
It looks like it.
One of those two names I'm about to bring in the booth here shortly, so we'll see how Kevin feels about it.
Also, while I'm in a good mood right now, and I'm going to keep going, as you can see from qualifying, picking Lucas as my number 1 pick was smart, and by the finishing order, it was a smart choice.
So are you knocking on Kevin?
Kevin, second round, McCann.
I almost feel like we should have a Cruz Ricky versus McCann.
And how did that? I mean, that almost really worked out for Otto with having some drivers needing replacements, and he ends up with Brian McCann. I mean, Brian was up front all night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there at the end, but he led a bulk of the race. He was fast. I know he pitted there at the end, so we had a good set of tires on, so he was going to be tough to beat, and whatever happened hurt him and Lucas, because I think on that last restart, there's only 3 of us on the lead lap.
Yeah, there was just carnage everywhere. I mean, it was really hard to keep up with the carnage, but it was fun to watch.
It was. I'd rather be up here than down there, I'll tell you that.
Well, guys, we appreciate you guys because you guys are the 2 probably best sports in this entire thing. We appreciate you coming together to do this and really kind of show solidarity between the 2 groups and, putting this on for us. And we really look forward to the next one, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Adam, congratulations again, man. I enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the track, brother.
Absolutely, it was a great race, a lot of fun, and maybe we'll run into each other again and get another one.
Yeah,
Super Speedway's coming up in a couple races, so you...
Pun intended.
All right, guys.
Man.
Well, we
it's great to see two drivers that have raced really hard coming together and showing what this sport is about, right? It's like it's a racing deal. You get into each other. Those are two class acts.
Hey, you guys in here?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, can we pull you guys in the booth?
I'm not sure Brian is here, but yeah, I am.
All right, cool. Give us just a minute. Hey, so we still have McCann's.
You ended the stream.
No, I didn't.
It says this stream is ended. You have to share your screen with... Oh, never mind. We're still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay, I'm bringing McCann's. All right. My apologies, viewers.
My goodness.
Oh, hold on. Why does it say new? Now I'm having technical difficulties. Oh, someone put a message in the booth. Okay, that's great, Doug. All right, bring in McCann's in. McCann Brothers, give me 1 second to get your mics dialed in. I hope you're with us. How about the grudge match within the grudge match, gentlemen?
I know we have Kevin. I'm not sure if we got Brian.
Yeah, Kevin looks live. It looks like Brian has his in-car voluntarily turned off.
So, Kevin, there was a comment made. We interviewed
Brian.
Otto.
Brian doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we interviewed Otto and Adam, and Adam called you second round McCann. He said he was happy with his first pick. How do you feel about that?
Oh, yeah. I'll just say next TDR versus Pudge race, or any of the past 5 or 6 of them, I think says all that needs to be said there.
Yeah, absolutely. You had a tough race tonight. I think you were a target, to be honest with you. How'd you feel about the whole experience with the grudge match?
It was something different. I'll say that. It's. I went into there, thinking, yeah, I'm gonna run some fast laps, try to get out front, pull away, but that didn't look like that was the strategy tonight. It looked like the strategy tonight was survival, and I wasn't in that mindset. So yeah, I didn't have as good of a finish as I had planned on.
Yeah, it was definitely a survival event, and Adam Rickey, guys that has that mindset a lot of the times. Watching ahead of you, staying out of trouble. You and Brian both went at it. I think Brian had a little more luck on his side when it came to that, because he was in that same mindset. He was turning hot laps and wound up up front, and it's so much easier to avoid incidents when you're up front. But
yeah, I'd just like to say, Adam, just take a look at my practice time. That was my probably 3rd lap ever in the Tour Modified at Bristol. Almost a 10th faster than everybody else. Just take a look at that, Adam.
Yeah, are we feeling a little animosity? Could we see a Kevin McCann versus Adam Rickey grudge match?
I'm just saying, Adam. I asked Adam why I was the 4th pick for his team, and he said, Cup cars is one thing. Yeah, Kevin's fast at the Cup cars, but Tour Modifieds, in short track cars, I've never seen him running short track cars. I don't know if he's fast, and hey, just look at that top time in practice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, did you see who qualified P1 and finished P2?
Well, to be honest there, Tommy, I had a few beverages before qualifying.
Hey, listen, I'm running on Miller Lite, so you're all good.
So I'd like to. My qualifying time was sponsored by Budweiser, so that's all I'm going to say.
Yep, heard that.
now the big question that everybody out there wants to hear the answer to: will we see a McCann versus McCann grudge match?
I think you could tune in every Sunday night to see that, honestly. But yeah, I think
you're not wrong.
I think we could see one in the future for sure.
Yeah. So the way we're setting up these grudge matches is we don't want it to be just a traditional race. You know, you and Brian, if you guys decide to do one, discuss some rules, make it a little different, kind of like what you saw here tonight. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but we want to see a different kind of event for a grudge match. So if you guys are into it, put your heads together.
I can tell you right now what it would be.
What do you got?
Stadium trucks.
Yes.
On an asphalt road course.
Oh my goodness.
You need to meet me at midnight for Pick Your Poison. I run Miatas versus stadium trucks like after midnight in TDR all the time.
I'm telling you right now, stadium trucks on an asphalt road course produce the best racing in iRacing right now.
Yeah, a big old FU to the track limits.
Exactly. They're fun to drive. You can overdrive them. Me and Brian, we've done a few fun races in those things. They're a blast to do, and I think that would be the perfect grudge match right there.
Now, of course, since we do have you here, 12 in a row. It was 12, right? Not 13?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about last week.
So 12 in a row, and then something
happened.
Brian,
he has his mic turned off.
Yeah, something happened at the end of the race.
Yeah, David Trumbley was running faster laps than I was on the long run, and I couldn't figure it out. I knew I was abusing my tires, so I took a bit of a gamble, and I pitted there with probably like less than 10 laps to go, and it didn't work out. I thought the fresher tires would give me the edge, but track position turned out to be more important. That's all I'm going to say. But David deserved that win. I'll give it to him. I didn't hand it to him. He earned that. He was fast. I was behind him in one of those long runs. And I think I even told Brian, I was like, holy crap, man, he's fast on the long run. I don't understand how he's doing it, but yeah, so kudos to him.
Davey T brings a lot of speed, especially on road courses. You should see this guy tear up road courses.
Yeah, no, I've tuned into some of the, I think.
We lose him?
Maybe.
But yeah, he's got some speed on the road courses, that's for sure.
Well, Kevin, we appreciate you coming in the booth with us. I'm sorry we don't have Brian, because that would have been better conversation between the two of you. But
no, I like the silence. He's almost like the Undertaker from the old WWF wrestling.
It's like,
right?
doesn't
want to say nothing.
Well, that's the thing. It's just Kevin always beats me. I better just stay quiet.
Right. Don't want to open your mouth and then insert your foot.
And Andy, if you listen to the replay in the voice chat, just disregard if you heard me say something about you. It wasn't actually me.
Now he has to go watch the whole
replay. Can you at least give me like a lap number so I don't have to sit there for the whole race?
No. It's okay. It doesn't matter. These are just specific.
It's all right. If you ever watch back to this broadcast, every time we say Kevin McCann, totally not about you.
No, I think at one point I said, I think I came on voice chat in the race and I said, I'm 7 laps down. I don't know what to do. Can someone bring Andy in and coach me?
That's a lot nicer than the things we said about you and Brian.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Where'd you go, Andy? Did you fall off a cliff there?
Just about, yeah.
But again, the brothers McCann, we look forward to hearing more from you guys. A lot of the guys out there watching love to hear from you guys. You guys are tremendously fast. I want to see you guys set up your own grudge match. We'd love to broadcast it. I think it'd be good.
I'm ready. I just don't think Brian's ready to lose so publicly, though.
Well, he loses publicly every Sunday, right?
Yeah, he loses every Sunday, so it's okay. And I get on his stream and let him know about it too. So,
see, I don't follow him. I only follow Kevin.
I'm telling you, if you want the best view of my rear bumper, go follow Brian McCann Racing on YouTube.
Thank God that we have this recorded.
I'm recording everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're still live, so.
Oh, awesome! That's even better. There's actually there's more people
just
watching
like
the race than I thought.
Just like the audio that I did not cut to make a little bit more dramatic, I won't cut that to make it a little more dramatic either.
Yep. But again, McCanns, you guys are always fast. It's great watching your runs. I'm sorry you didn't have the good night out there, Kevin, and Brian as well. Even though you're not willing to talk, I know. But
it hurts.
It's unfortunate. You had a great run all night. It sucks what happened at the end, but
it's a
we
bump
know
and
which
run race.
McCann.
But I think he got caught up with a lap driver, which kind of really sucked. But, hey, Kevin, I appreciate you, man. You got rid of him.
I did, yep. But they can still hear us on the YouTube there. Well, and it's funny. I moved them out, and Brian immediately quit the Discord. He was listening to everything we said.
Yeah.
But couldn't say anything.
It's just a shame. I mean, we're gonna bring in
Marty Brown says hello from the broadcast. By the way,
hello. Let's bring in Lucas, who was had a good race tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna dial him in. Qualified one.
I already beat you to it.
Oh, you're learning how to run the audio side. Look at you.
That way I can fire you later.
Yeah, professional.
Lucas Gartman. This is Andy in the booth. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I got a copy.
So, man, you qualified P1. You finished P2. You beat both the McCanns in both qualifying and the race. How you feel?
I feel good. I mean, one spot from the top, but, unfortunate things happen. But, I mean, I'm still happy, finish second, beat the McCanns, which is always, a goal, in any race. And, I finished second to Adam. So, I mean, it's a great feeling. That means we finished 1-2. I'd much rather be on the one there, with Adam and I battling in a bunch of other TDR races, but I'll take the second place this time.
Yeah, so outside of you and Adam, because at that last incident, Adam wound up running away with the whole thing. You battling with the McCanns and a couple other guys on track. Are you of the belief? And I know you're a big fan of Larry Mack. And looking at the trends, do grudge matches breed grudge matches?
I almost feel like they do, if you look at, like Larry Mack would say, if you look at the trends, I see it happening. Yeah, I see some grudge matches possibly coming out from grudge matches. It could get interesting.
Well, we do have a possible call out already. So we were talking to Otto, and Bernheimer took him out under caution. Now, granted, they're both Dowski and Ace driver, but he took him out under caution. Then Otto said he took him out again later in the race. So there could be a grudge match that came out of a grudge match here.
Yeah, I seen those two instances. I chuckled a little bit there. I kind of messed up Kevin McCann's race a little bit early on. I didn't realize he was a lucky dog candidate. And
that explains it.
I gave him a bump, because he gave me a bump before the green at the very beginning. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to give him a bump. He's a teammate. I'll just give him a bump. And then he comes on the race comms and he's like, so I was a lucky dog candidate and you hit me. And well, that negated that, and he never got his lap back after that. So I apologize, but
that explains a lot, because we just assumed, looking at the trends, that Brian dumped him somewhere and we didn't notice it.
No, it was all me, and I guess it goes with that little rivalry. I was like, well, I'll give Kevin a bump. It's just a harmless bump. So, he's a lap down. Oh, he's the lucky dog.
So we'll have to go back to Kevin and see if he's wanting to grudge match Lucas here. Get on that list.
Yeah, we're gonna have to deliberate post broadcast, because we already brought up like Ricky versus McCann, but maybe it's Ricky Gortman versus McCann.
Oh, like a double grudge match.
Gortman McCann versus Ricky McCann. Ooh.
That could get insane, actually. I like it. Ricky McCann, Gortman McCann. I like it. I'm used to trying to battle with the McCann side.
It's Gortman v. Ricky to battle for first choice of McCann.
I like that. I like it. I'm used to battling Adam, so I'll take it. Yes.
Yeah, man, you guys are very close, and you were his first pick in the draft too, which was a wise choice, right? You qualified P1, you finished the race P2. A lot of people were shocked that he didn't. That actually neither driver picked Kevin McCann until round 4, which will go down in history. But you were a great choice, man. You and Adam, you guys kind of have something figured out.
Oh yeah, and that's what Adam was telling me. He's like, well, I'm pretty happy about my first choice, with finishing pole and then almost coming home with the win. Came up with second, and I'm happy about it. It's a good finish. I love Bristol. It's one of my favorite tracks. And I'm glad that I could get a good finish here.
Well, hey man, congratulations on the P2, because anything ahead of a McCann is an achievement.
So
anything ahead of a McCann is a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's allow Lucas to kind of hang out here. Let's bring in the other two remaining drivers, since Stephen Hutchinson and Marty Brown, see what they thought about tonight's race.
I've got Marty Brown dialed up right now. Let me get Hutchinson. Let me see if I can get him queued in here. I got to get his mic activated. And Hutchinson actually mentioned over in the YouTube channel that he was running 4th, and he was taken out by his own teammate.
Oh my god!
And his race kind of spiraled from there. So it looks like he actually has his mic voluntarily turned off. I can't.
Marty Brown. This is Andy in the booth.
What is going on, fellas?
How you doing, Marty? What'd you think about tonight's race, buddy?
Man, I had a blast. I was running well for a while. And then I made some foolish mistakes. I kind of got lost on where I was. Made a big mistake. Got stuck in front of the whole field. And then once I started using quick repairs, I just couldn't get back on my laps.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the Friday Night Lights League during the race. Is like the quick repairs, they don't seem to bring your car to 100%, do they?
No, I've actually had that problem. In Iconic when we were running the Indy 500. I got into a mess, and the rest of the race, I was trying to stay out of people's way with my wheels stuck at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's data to back it up, but I feel like the quick repair brings your car to like 99, 98%, and you're never quite competitive after your first quick repair.
Yeah, I think it's basically the equivalent of going down pit lane, and they put like one of those like strips of tape across it and says, okay, go ahead, get back out there. It's something to get you on the track.
Yeah, it wasn't your night, but as far as the racing out there, even though, touching was encouraged, did you feel like there was some pretty clean racing amongst the pack, or was it just chaos being back there, having cars flying around you?
It was a lot of wreck avoidance, basically.
Yep.
It was different being with a different team, too. It was actually a fun aspect. Me and Otto were talking about that. Being a different mixture with different guys and kind of getting to know them during the race and different personalities. It was cool to be mixed like that.
Yeah, and that was a big point of the draft, too, was between the Pudge and House community and the TDR community being in such tense competition with these TDR versus Pudge events we do to allow the drivers to mix and match across teams. So I'm really glad you enjoyed that aspect of it. That was a big point of the reason why we had the draft for this kind of race.
Yeah, I had a blast. I'll definitely be signing up for the next one.
Well, Hutchinson, I see you've turned your in-car microphone on. You were in 4th, and you were taken out by your teammate. Which teammate took you out, and why do you want to challenge him to a grudge match?
I don't necessarily want to challenge him to a grudge match, but it was Scott. He pulled back up on the track in one of the turns and just took me out.
Oh, I'm sure that wasn't intentional, but it sucks you were doing so well and got taken out. What was your perspective on the event overall, though? Did you have a good time racing out there? Was the racing fairly decent for a bump and run style race?
Yeah, it was decent. After Scott took me out, I spiraled and ended up getting DQ'd because I kept racing on a meatball.
Yeah, you gotta park for the meatballs for a minute.
So that was one of the things we kind of discussed pre-race during while they were running practice was, since we have two blended communities, will the guys know who's on what team necessarily? They weren't running paint schemes, so I'm curious to wonder if Scott was unaware of Steven being on his team.
Well, I don't have Trading Paints Pro, so I couldn't go with the number 3 Good Wrench, so I went with a Kevin Harvick Good Wrench paint scheme.
Oh, you were in on the number 3 scheme too, huh?
No, I went with Kevin Harvick. White Good Wrench.
Yeah, no, there was only 3 of them running that to mess with our heads, Tommy.
I know. I'm just taking notes for the Grudge broadcast.
Yeah, it's so it was Pudge, Otto, and Gitter, I believe, were the 3 that were running number 3s.
Oh, this is my challenge.
Scott was running number 3 because I had to go back on the replay when I was towing to see who took me out.
Maybe okay.
Yeah, I believe most of them were. I didn't know anything about it.
Oh well, we only saw 3 of them. Thank goodness.
Oh yeah, there was so many Good Wrench cars, and going with that whole thing of
knew it,
not knowing which guy was on which team. There was a couple of TDR guys, and I'm like, I don't know if they're on my team, so I'm just gonna race them hard, And I knew that Adam was on my team, and I knew Kevin Droney was on my team. Other than that, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna race people.
Yeah, that was an interesting aspect, and I'm interested to see when we throw up the poll for the next Grudge match, if the captains that are selected will change that or not.
I know. I want to challenge somebody to a Grudge broadcast where we have some of the guys that were running that number 3 scheme come up here in the booth and broadcast while my team goes out there and runs the same friggin' number and color.
Right? Yeah, I'm all good with same color paint scheme, but do we really have to run the same number?
Exactly. Like who was behind it? That was Otto?
Yeah.
And who was the other one?
Otto and Pudge came up with that.
All right, so Otto and Pudge, they broadcast the next race, and we take their places.
I will say, Adam was talking about if we knew that they were going to run Dale Earnhardt paints, we were going to run Terry Labonte paints, because the whole quote, rattle your cage, came from Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte. So if he knew that they were going to run Dale Earnhardt, we were all going to run Kellogg's Terry Labonte paints.
Boy.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. It's I don't understand how trading paints and everything works, but we only saw 3 of them. Thank goodness we only saw 3 of them.
You got to check the box, man. Check the box.
Don't check the box.
The box is checked. That's why I saw 3 of them.
I'm going to tell you right now, there was probably about 7 or 8 out there.
Wow. Yeah, it was pretty much everybody but the TDR members that were with them.
I was getting ready to uncheck the box so we can figure out who was who.
Apparently it wouldn't have helped.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I just want to thank y'all, though. Thank y'all for doing this, and can't wait to go back and watch it. It's always fun to go back and hear y'all joking about it. It was great to be a part of it, and thank y'all for y'all time.
Absolutely. And to the few people still watching, and to the people that are going to watch this back tomorrow, Marty, are we going to try to do a TDR track day August 14th, or are we going to move it back for Andy's schedule? What do you think?
I mean, I'm definitely down for moving it back. The more people that could come in, more fun. So if we have to move it back, if you can make it, then yeah, definitely let's do it.
So we got a TDR track day coming up somewhere in LA, Lower Alabama, for those not from the area. We'll look at the schedule and get something posted up here shortly. But gentlemen, Hutchinson, Marty, Lucas, the rest of the guys that were involved in this event. It was a great time having you out. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Andy, I love you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a
This was great. This was great.
Great night. I thank everybody who was involved. The gentlemen that are in here in the booth with us right now, thank you very much for being involved in this. It was just an awesome event. I think it really made a difference between the two groups, kind of bringing them together. Everybody out there watching on YouTube, thank you so much for joining in. We wouldn't be here if you guys weren't watching. If nobody's watching, we don't have broadcast. So thank you. On that note, Tommy, we're gonna do this again, aren't we?
I hope so. I hope we do it again soon.
Absolutely. So we'll keep you guys in touch as far as when the next grudge match is. Probably next month sometime. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, so you know what's going on. And we'll see everybody later. Have a great night.